In this tutorial, I'll show you how to find voltage and power ripple from a Simulink. Okay, so this is a model which include PV array boost converter with MPPT and a load. Okay, and another one, this is PV array boost converter MPPT and supercapacitor. Okay, now I have already run the model, and if you check the output here, this is without supercapacitor. You can see the PV power is fluctuating like this, okay, and the load power is changing, and the ceiling voltage also changing. Okay, so we have to find the voltage ripple here and the load power ripple here. Okay, but in with supercapacitor, you can check the output here. You can see the PV power is fluctuating, but the load power is almost same. Okay, now you can check here, and the DC voltage is also almost same. Okay, so we have to compare the voltage ripple and power ripple in this two model. Okay, so for that, firstly, you have to use two workspace block. Okay, we need voltage. So you have to take a block, two workspace. You can check it here. So this is two workspace block, and inside two workspace you have to decide a variable name here. And here this is our DC voltage, and I have put a variable VDC without. Okay. Similarly, I have chosen two workspace block for the PV power. You can check it here. So PV power without. Okay. So this is the first task. You have to take uh, block two workspace and decide a variable name here. Okay. Similarly, with supercapacitor, I have assigned a VDC width. Okay. This is two workspace block and load power, and this is load power. You can check it here, which is load power width. Okay, so if you want to do some calculation from your Simulink, you have to use two workspace. Okay, so if you run this two model, you will find the variable out like this. I'm double click on the out. Now you can see here, this is load power without PV power without VDC without, and so on. Okay, so uh, after this stage you have to extract the variable here. Okay, I have already made a video on how to use a two workspace block. You can also check it that, and I will put the video link in that video description. Okay, so here I have taken time by this command, time, voltage and power. Similarly, for without supercapacitor, I have assigned time, voltage and power by this command. Okay, so firstly, we have to extract the variable by this command. Okay. Now we have to go our initial code. Okay. So here I have chosen initial starting time here, because in the um, output you can check that there is some initial transit. Okay. And I want to neglect the transit here. For that reason, I have chosen initial time starting time here as 0.1. You can also set it as 0 or anything else. Okay, so as I have chosen starting time here, so I have to assign the indices. Okay, so here this is the condition. You can check it here. And so at this time we want or modify time here, trim time, trimmed voltage and trimmed power by this command. Okay, so then everything is done, and now we have to calculate after the transit. Okay, so I have calculated the mean voltage here by this command, and then maximum voltage um, by this command, and maximum voltage, minimum voltage, peak to peak voltage, and finally the ripple voltage equation here. Okay, similarly the power value was calculated by using these equations. Okay, so this part is done with supercapacitor. Okay, now similarly without supercapacitor, I have assigned IDX for the transient here, then trimmed time, voltage and power. Okay, and the Vmin voltage and Vmax voltage, Vmin, peak to peak, and finally the ripple voltage here. And similarly, the for the power it was calculated here. So this is the core part, what you have to do. And then I have write some code to display the output in a table. You can rewrite by your own, and then the plot comparison. Okay, so if I run this model, now you can see it is showing that the I will explain the curve after. Now you can see here the comparison table is showing after 0.1 second. Okay, excluding the startup time. Okay. So you can see that with supercapacitor, the VDC min is about 47 volt, but without supercapacitor, it is 49. Okay. Now, if you check the V ripple, which is with supercapacitor 6 volt, 13%, but without supercapacitor, it is almost 32%, which is very much higher. You can also check it here. So this is with and with supercapacitor and DC link voltage. Now you can check it here. The blue line is showing with supercapacitor and red with the supercapacitor. It is clearly seen that the ripple in with supercapacitor is much lower, as you can see here. And similarly, the power ripple in with supercapacitor is 27%, and without supercapacitor, which is 62%. Okay. So by this way, you can write your code to find anything from your Simulink scope output and exporting to MATLAB workspace and do some modification on it. Okay. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching.